It is my pleasure to bring you guys the level 100 striker build. Welcome to another video. If it's your first time here, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Do us a massive favor. This is the maximum level striker build, okay? And I got there in 73 games, completely legit, just so quick at leveling, guys. Okay, so let's get into this. The reason I've got 12 skill points there, as you can see, I've got, well, I mean, you would have seen level 100, but I've got 185 skill points to play with. It's a lot of skill points. But the reason I've got 12 in the top right is because it's kind of up for suggestion. Like, you don't have to go with one or the other. It's up to you. We're going to go through those options, but there's about 170 that you should definitely put in. And I'm going to show you where to put them. So let's start off with the perks. Skilled dribbler, active first touch, and poacher. Now, the obvious skill dribbler increase your player's dribbling and skill move abilities when dribbling with the ball. When you first start playing this game, I feel like the touching, the touches, the dribbling, it's all very clunky, it's all very slow. It still kind of is in a tool build, but we'll get into how you can play that isn't an issue. Yeah, there are ways around. So I would always recommend to put skilled dribbler on. I mean, it's going to give you the best chance to be good at dribbling. Active first touch is so important. It was in last FIFA, it is in this. Increases your ball control, acceleration, and sprint speed. The boost can kick in as a player approaches the ball onto a through pass or anything. I mean, obviously you're going to want that, and you get the flair trait, which is always a bit of fun on pro clubs, and the poacher, because 95% of your goals in striker will come from inside the box. Now, you might debate that with me, because a lot of you might be thinking distant shooter. That comes down to your play style. You can trivela shot with the outside of the boot, holding L2 down and shoot, and obviously it goes in a lot on this FIFA. It's one of the meta shots, but I don't tend to shoot too much from outside the box. I'll maybe score like one of them every 5 games, and then like the rest of my goals are all inside the box or on the edge. So I would go with the poacher personally, just to increase your chances of scoring in the positions that you find yourself in the most. 6'2", 198 pounds. And in this build setup, it gives you the lengthy glitch. Obviously, you need plus 14 strength to your agility, and you're Haaland. You're literally unstoppable. You can run in on goal. I'm sure you've seen clips from our live streams. I'm sure some of you play Ultimate Team and you've played against or with Haaland, and it's ridiculous. So make sure you obviously go with this build 6'2", 198. There is a setup you can do for 6'4". I just prefer the slightly more agile 6'2". I guess this is like the Ronaldo build realistically, except he probably weighs about what, like 175, not 198. But we move. Archetypes, we'll get into them. Let's just start off by looking at the essentials that this build needs. So the essentials are, you need the ball archetype. Come down this route. I haven't gone down any other because, well, you can't get there, but you also don't need the aggression or extra strength. Defending wise, we have nothing in the defending. Dribbling should look like this, with the only empty slots being these 3 agility on the left, so that you keep your agility 14 under your strength. So our agility in this build is 77, with our strength at a nice 92. Moving on over to the passing, I like to make sure that we've got this architect archetype, because the short passing being 88 in this tool setup, I mean, it's good, right? It's really, really good. You want that. This archetype's up for debate whether you want it or not. Quite useful depending on how you play, but I would say we'll stick around to the end to see if we put our points into that or another setup. Shooting wise, we got all this shot power, the 5-star weak foot, and we come down this right hand side of the skill tree to get finishing, because obviously why would you not want 98 finishing, and the weak foot, and then the finisher archetype. Unbelievable. You need that, obvious reasons I'm not going to explain. And the pace. There's an argument that if are in a lengthy setup, that's just incredible English. You probably could take some of these off on the sprint speed side because you're going to be rapid anyway, but I've got them in there for my particular build. I'm going to show you, first off, I'm going to show you 3 endings to this build, right? I'm going to show you what I would use first. I'm going to show you 2 other choices depending on your playstyle, right? Let's get into it. Right, because I'm a striker, at the moment, this is how I've been playing in my max build. I whack my final 10 points into the sniper archetype because free kick accuracy, I don't take many free kicks, but I have scored a few this FIFA already. Shot power, the main reason. It takes you from 89 to 95, and your penalties being 90. I then got 2 skill points left. I'm going to put 1 into the long shots and 1 into the long passing, because I play in a system with 2 other strikers that are going to be running through on goal, and it gives you +2. That is how my striker build will look. That's my preference on it. There's another 2 options. Let's get into them. This one is more of an all-rounder setup, but also focusing on maximum sweat. Now, the reason I didn't put it in 4 skill points into this is because you have the lengthy glitch, you also have the active first touch, which gives you the boost touch and everything past people. You can go from 92 to 94 sprint speed, absolute maximum sprint speed. You could come across here and then fill out how you wanted. I would say in this particular setup, maybe you want to put 2 into heading accuracy, 1 into the long shots, just to balance yourself out a little bit more. Considering you're 6'2", you might be on the end of a load of crosses. Why not whack another one into the heading? And your heading is just going to be an absolute joke. Another one into the long shots if that's what you wanted to do. And then, I mean, to be honest, you're probably going to come back over here as the long passing seems like the best choice, right? Because you get 2 for 1 point. That leaves you again on a 91 rated pro. Don't look too much into the ratings. They really don't ever make that much of a difference, but that's kind of the all-rounder build. Final option I've been looking at, which you guys could do, again, maybe if you play in a 4-3-3 in a left wing position, I encourage people to play left wing and strike, or to play left striker wing. You get what I'm saying. If I was playing left wing, I'd probably use this striker build setup anyway. You could maybe come to that, take off the sprint speed, so you still got 90, you're gonna be fine. Deallocate something that you don't really need, like maybe take off one of the balance points, so you're down to 88. You then have yourself 16 skill points, and you can get yourself this archetype, the artist archetype, which will give you 88 curve and 80 crossing. It's going to be an improvement from 74. For me, I wouldn't use this. It's just maybe if you prefer playing in a wider position, you guys can rock this position, this build. You've got, like, honest to God, every archetype in the world. You do go down to a level 90 though. I mean, we're talking here 1 archetype, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it would be the same in my setup. Obviously, you'd have 7 with this sniper architect. I think that's probably the play. So I'd recommend your setup to look like this. Just give it a copy. Get yourself a pro that just cannot be stopped. I mean, some of the clips I'm showing you on screen right now are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Once you get the ball and you can run in on goal, I'm so confident that I pretty much every time just start singing Haaland to myself. Haaland, but you are just gone. You're absolutely through on goal. Is this? Just run the whole way through, bro. Like, no issues. The funniest part is you were in front of me and I looked at you and I went, there's no point, I'll just do it. So, like, as you can see, a bit of a joke build. You can also hold L2, do the Trivela shot. That's without distance shooter. I've scored so many of them. I'm sure you guys have been conceding them and scoring them yourself as well. So that's why I still recommend the poacher. You see, most of these goals are inside the box. That's on the weak foot. Ridiculous volley that is just so consistent on this game that it's not even a surprise when you score goals like that anymore to me.
Accidentally done this and I don't know how.
Oh, oh my God. The build is crazy. As I said, look at Crudo. Not just me. Anybody can do it. Even terrible players like Crudo or Cam can get the... Okay, sorry, Crudo. But look at some of the football you can play in this build as well. Nearly score a worldie. And then look at how I get there. Don't worry. Lengthy build gets you... How did I get that? How did I get that? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like on this video. Subscribe to never miss a Pro Clubs build update. We've got series coming soon with some big names on the channel. I promise you that's going to be good fun. And I will keep you guys updated on everything Pro Clubs right here. See you next time, guys. Thank you.